The more I dug, unfortunately, the more I found. She earned herself the nickname of prison hopper because she has literally gone from guy to guy to guy, and they are all inmates in prison. Licked one of her toys online that looked like a rose, if you know what I'm talking about. So momfluencers are all over the internet, and if you don't know what a momfluencer is, it's essentially a mom who is an influencer, and usually they exploit their kids online for views and money. But we're going to be talking about one specific momfluencer today who goes way beyond just exploiting her children. It goes into total neglect. I'm talking about the kids do not even have a bed to sleep in. There are multiple CPS cases against her. The mom is marrying multiple men who are quite literally in prison. Like, the situation is totally insane, and after kind of like going down a rabbit hole of it, I realized I have to make a video on this. Today, the momfluencer we are talking about is Ashley Trevino, who over the last month has gained the nickname of the worst mom on TikTok. But before we dive in, I wanted to say thank you to all the new listeners and subscribers who have organically joined our community. I want us to keep growing, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Oh, and side note, what do y'all think of this setup that I got going on here? Comment down below if you like it, what you would change. I'm thinking of getting a second camera so we can do multiple camera angles, kind of setting up the back wall a little bit differently. For now, this is what I got, but let me know what you think. Let's dive in. Ashley Trevino is a 36-year-old mom of two who's gone viral for a multitude of insane things. For one, she earned herself the nickname of prison hopper because she has literally gone from guy to guy to guy, and they are all inmates in prisons. Now, how she finds these men, I really don't know, but she has a certain attraction to them where she goes so far as to send them money, have phone calls with them, and she has even brought her daughters to meet some of them. And what's even more sad is that there have been some prisoners that have made it out of jail, and when they find out who she is, they want nothing to do with her. And to give you some context of who we're dealing with here, here's a clip.
I'm an inmate hopper, of course I am. And guess what? If your boyfriend was in prison, I'd take him too, baby.
Ashley's out here collecting prisoners like they're some kind of Pokemon. Now, this 19-year-old kid's name is Santos, but apparently at the beginning of their relationship, he lied. He said he was 22 years old. However, when Ash found out he was 19, they still continued dating. Ash and him had hooked up a few times, which is super disturbing. She's 34, he's 19. And it gets even worse because apparently when she was on TikTok Live, he was on there with her and licked one of her toys online that looked like a rose, if you know what I'm talking about. What? And it gets even weirder because Ash's oldest daughter, who's about 15, her name's Haley, she actually had a crush on Santos before Santos and Ash started dating. And Ash and Santos would go live on TikTok all the time with really no boundaries. Like, they would kiss online, they'd have personal conversations online, and they would even cry together online.
I got you. I told you that. I told you I got you. I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Stop. I got you.
Bro, I don't even know what she's consoling him on. I'm sure he's crying because he realizes what a batshit crazy lady this woman is, but she's giving him more attention than she even gives her own kids. So brings me to my next point, which is her bad motherhood. She has two kids. I think Haley is about 15, and she has a second daughter named Evie, who's about 12 or 13, who apparently she named Evie after Evian, like the water bottle.
You know you're named after the water bottle.
I know, but like, when? Like 3 years after my birthday or something?
No, your dad knew what name he wanted to give you before I even had you. I had a blanket made with your name on it.
So yeah, she's got two kids, and she usually refers to them as little one or big one or this one and that one, which at that point, you know, might as well call them thing one and thing two. These kids were basically raised by their grandparents, Ash's mom and dad, and recently all three of them, Ash, Haley, and Evie, went on to Camilla's podcast from the Bop House, which I think is a weird thing to bring your kids to anyway, considering the Bop House is full of OnlyFans content models. And well, let's just say this interview with Camilla did not go well for Ash. And honestly, my heart kind of breaks for Haley and Evie because they seem like pretty well-rounded kids. Like, despite growing up in a horrible environment, they're able to discern the difference between what's normal and what's not normal. They even called out their mom on this podcast saying how weird it is that she dates young guys in their teens.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like it's weird for like girls to go for younger guys. It's weird for my mom. She's 36, and she gets with people in their
who are
20s.
19. You see nothing wrong with that.
Like, I'm 26 and I see 21 and 22-year-olds and I think that they seem kind of young. I could not imagine being 34 and looking at a 19-year-old and being like, yeah, that's who I should date. And the situation just gets more and more sad because not only does she exploit her children for views, but she literally will ignore them even if it's something kind of serious. In one instance that went totally viral, her youngest daughter, Evie, the 12-year-old, literally throws up while Ash is on live stream, goes to tell her mom, and her mom just ignores her and starts dancing.
Mom, I just threw up.
You just threw up? Why?
I just threw up.
You're lying.
Let me throw up.
It smelled like it or what? I'm just kidding. Mom, I just threw up. Why are you dancing? Mom, I threw up. Why are you dancing? She's dancing? Yes. Alexa, stop.
Bro, I was jamming to Nunu.
Now, when the kids aren't at the grandparents, they usually stay really close to each other in the duplex. Like, their rooms are adjacent to each other, and usually Ash leaves her door open, but she continues, even though her daughters are there, to say and do very inappropriate things. For example, she constantly talks about her Nunu, which, yes, is code word for exactly what you're thinking.
I've already seen his beepee, and he's already seen my Nunu. Okay?
You need to get off later. You're saying stuff that people do not need to know.
Okay, well.
Okay?
And in that clip, you can see her daughter goes into her room to tell her to get off TikTok Live and says that the things she's saying on TikTok Live are inappropriate. Like, how is your 15-year-old daughter going to tell you what is appropriate or inappropriate? Like, what? I really hope these daughters can get out of this situation sometime soon because the whole thing is a mess. And the more I dug, unfortunately, the more I found. Apparently, Ashley would get completely jealous of her oldest daughter, Haley, when Haley was a baby because she believed that she had a better relationship with her father than Ash did.
I'm telling you, whenever we lived with her dad, I used to pull her by the hair because I was so mad at her. Like, I feel like he loved her more than he loved me. And so, like, I took my anger out on her.
And that's just wild because this is literally a baby girl's father. Like, how are you going to be upset that your daughter has a good relationship with her father? And it wasn't even just when they were little. This is still going on because Ash cannot even let her kids get a compliment without becoming jealous.
You look so pretty. So beautiful. Wow. Period.
Like, look how happy she looks. And then the mom just comes in.
Why you join in?
She couldn't even let her daughter have those few little compliments without getting into the frame somehow. And the daughter noticed. She's not dumb. She pointed out to her mom and called her out on live stream, like, why do you have to get in this frame with me? But other than being a jealous mother, she's made some really questionable and inappropriate choices, including flashing her live stream when she was drunk, and her daughters were like right next to her. And it's very clear that Ash has a victim mentality. She's never going to understand that her kids need this caring mother, because after she went on that podcast with Camilla, who totally clocked her for all of the inappropriate things that she has done, she went onto her own live stream and just complained about the unfair treatment of being on that podcast.
Do I think she was fair to me? In reality, no. But like I said, it is what it is, you know? One thing you'll also have to remember is Camilla is a young girl, too. She's literally younger than Max, I believe. So I think she's like 22. So again, it wasn't somebody older that was doing the interview. So she is younger. And she doesn't have kids, so she doesn't know how it is.
It was not unfair treatment. Camilla flew her out there and her daughters out there, paid for them to stay in the Ritz-Carlton, offered to pay for her daughters to get 2 mattresses because no, Ash did not have mattresses for her kids, and 2 nightstands and 2 headboards. Like, offered to do all of this stuff, and she still wants to act like she was treated unfairly. Now let's take a little bit of a closer look at some clips from the podcast I did with Camilla.
Have there been instances where your mother has expressed feelings of jealousy towards you? And how does that affect your relationship with her?
There's this video going around of my mom being jealous of me when I was little, having a better relationship with my dad than she did. And
I mean, girl, that's his kid. That's his whole kid. But not you being jealous of a baby girl.
It's not that. It's just
She a daddy's girl. She said he better love me more than he Calm down.
I hate how Ash laughs everything off because she thinks Camilla's laughing with her when actually Camilla's laughing at her. Like, this isn't funny. You are mistreating your children.
I might have not had a Gucci bag, but I had their dad, okay? At 15.
That's just mean. I forgot to mention this, but their dad died like a year or 2 ago from cancer. Haley's 15 now, so she wasn't 15 at that point. So the mom saying, I might not have had a Gucci bag, but I had their dad at 15. That's just harsh. And you can see it hurt them. Like, even they were shocked by that one. Like, look at their faces.
Do you think that maybe sometimes she can exploit situations to get views?
I'm gonna be real, yeah.
Definitely.
Because that's the game. But that's your kid.
No, not with them.
She just said yes.
I don't do it with them. I mean, I don't really like to talk about them, honestly. When it comes to my lives now, I tell them if y'all have anything to say about the kids, I'm not answering it. If anything, I protect them now. When they come in my room, I cover the camera. When they're around, I don't film them.
But have you done that in the past? Have you taken a situation and used it for views regarding the kids? Would you feel like maybe she has done that ever?
Yeah, but not me, my sister.
The little one?
You've taken her when she was sick and you're begging for money.
When?
You said send the galaxy to know about my baby girl's health.
Okay, for those of you that don't know what that means, on TikTok Live, you can send people stickers for money, and a galaxy is worth like $13. Apparently Ash went on live and said, send a galaxy and I'll let you know about my baby girl's health. Who needs enemies when you have a mom like this? She just keeps laughing. The kids are literally like, Mom, this hurt my feelings, what you did. And she goes, when you're getting clocked as a woman by a member of the Bop House, you're getting morally clocked by someone whose moral stuff is, you know, not the norm. That's when you know you done something wrong. You've messed up along the road somewhere, okay?
Okay, do you think TikTok changed
I saw
y'all's
this
life for
clip.
the
This
better or
one's
for the
sad.
worse?
I feel like I'd rather go back to my old life. Yeah, we have money, and I mean, I don't like being online publicly. Like,
I understand that.
yeah,
Especially you're so young.
yeah. And growing up, that's why I'm homeschooled too. In the beginning of school, people noticed my mom, and I got like in the cafeteria a lot of stares.
Mhm.
And so, if I could, I honestly would go back to my old life, to being a nobody to people, because that's when I was more confident, didn't care how I looked. And now, since I'm publicly, I've cared more about how I look, how I go out.
Yeah, man, the internet can tear you down. There's a lot of mean people out there. And for a 15-year-old girl, especially when that's your mom and your mom is that batshit crazy, like your life publicly cannot be great.
I'll just come live with us.
Yes, please.
You just-
Well, they have 2 new members. Just kidding.
Saying, oh my God. Okay, so even the kids are like, yeah, I'd rather come live with you. But the mom saying you'll have 2 new members. 2 new members to what? Your OnlyFans content house? That is a 12-year-old girl and a 15-year-old girl. They're your daughters. What? Okay, I've had enough of this one for tonight and definitely the rest of my life, and I'm sure you guys have too. I can't wait till I'm a parent because I know that I'm never going to raise my kids like that. I know that my kids will have a bed. They'll have water too, by the way, and probably some food. But yeah, for now I have 2 dogs. There's one right here, if you can see her. I treat her better than that mom treats their kids. And as always, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like, I can't be the only one that thinks this situation is totally mind-blowing. And I don't think this is an act. I don't think the kids are in on this to try and get their family some kind of money or whatever. This is just a totally wacky situation. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video. And I will see you in the next episode.